Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? Your boy Dre Craig here with another video. Uh, Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, if this is your first time. So check this out. This is going to be a video on how to build out a personal credit report, right? A fundable credit report. Let me actually clarify that. A fundable credit report, right? From scratch. So let's say if you are said new to credit, you have no credit built whatsoever, or maybe you just have minimal credit built whatsoever. This will apply to you, right? But this is mainly for people that have no credit, right? Like you're trying to just build your credit from scratch. You're trying to build it out and go get business funding as soon as possible. So this is exactly how I would do it. So the first thing that I would do is I would become a member at Navy Federal Credit Union. And once I become a member of Navy Federal Credit Union, I'm going to apply for their, oh yeah, here we go. Apply for their secured card right here, right? So this secured card right here, the reason I'm going to go with this secured card is because Navy Federal is very, very good at upgrading your secured card to an unsecured card within like, 5 to 6 months. So that's exactly why I would do that, because a lot of the times if you get secured cards from certain institutions, they take, years, or maybe even a year to upgrade it. I've heard of people waiting years. I've heard of people still having secured cards that they've had for years on end. They don't even use them anymore, right? So to prevent that from happening, that's exactly why I'd recommend you open up a secured card with Navy Federal, right? So once you get the secure card open, you're going to also double back and you're going to go for their pledge loan, right? It's a savings secured loan. So basically what that is let's say you have $5,000 in your savings account, you're going to apply for a pledge loan. They're going to lock the $5,000 down in your savings account, and then they're going to give you $5,000. What you're going to do with that $5,000 is the very next day, you're going to pay down that loan 95%, and then you're going to make the rest of the payments on auto pay, right? I recommend going for a loan at least 36 months, right? At least 36 months. Just because it looks longer, it looks better. It's not a short-term loan. So first, Navy secured card. Next is Navy pledge loan. After that, we're going to go to DCU, right? This is Digital Credit Union. Anybody could get into this credit union. So I'd go for their secured card, right? They're very good at upgrading their secured cards to unsecured cards very quickly as well. They give out high limits, just like Navy Federal, and they will upgrade your card, right? So you'll upgrade from a secured card to an unsecured card, and then you're eligible to, go for a different card, right? That is completely separate from the secure card. So like, let's take a look at their cards here. So like, let's say this Visa Platinum, right? Like you could upgrade to one of these cards, so they'll not only upgrade it from a secured to an unsecured, but they're also going to give you a whole card upgrade, right? Like you won't even have the secure card in your possession anymore. You can have an actual totally different card with better perks and everything like that. Navy Federal will do that same thing for you as well. So these two, and go ahead and get DCU's credit builder loan as well, right? Um, Terms from 12 to 24 months. I would go 24 months, run the same play with Navy, right? You're gonna they're gonna lock down the money in your savings account. They're gonna give you money, uh, they're gonna give you the money back, and then you're just gonna pay the loan 95% off, just like you do with Navy Federal, right? So now you have two installment loans, 95% paid off on your credit report, as well as two secured cards that will be upgraded within 6 months on your credit report, right? Next thing you're gonna want to do is you're gonna go over to Self, right? You're going to go over to Self and you're going to sign up for one of their credit builder plans, right? This is going to give you another installment loan. Um, and it's the same thing. So instead of a savings secure loan with Self, is they're actually gonna, they're gonna say take $25 out of your account each month. They're gonna put that in a separate savings account minus any interest and fees. And then at the end of your term, you're gonna go ahead and get all of that money back. Or if you decide to end the term early, which you are able to do that as well, they're gonna go ahead and give you all the money that you put in. Next, I will add Ava, right? Ava is a revolving account. So Ava is they will report a $2,500 credit card straight to your credit report within 1 week. So Ava is very good as well. I would go ahead and get Ava. And yeah, so you would just basically like they give you a credit limit. So like you sign up for Ava and they start you off. They say, okay, hey, your limit is $25 a month that you could spend, right? So say you have like a Netflix subscription or any type of subscription that you use, you just go ahead and put that on that Ava card, put that thing on auto pay, set up your bank account to automatically take the money from your bank to fund the Ava card, and then just do it like that. That's exactly how I do it. And every month I just have my Amazon Prime on there for 16 bucks. It just pays it every single month and it just reports it. So it's simple as that with Ava. Next, I would do rent reporters, right? Rent reporters, you're going to be able to backdate your rent, right? Up to 4 years, I believe it is now. So you're going to go ahead and backdate your rent, right? So even if you haven't lived at your own house for the last 4 years, you could put your mom's house or your aunt's house or your dad's house or your friend's house, anybody that will just actually verify that you lived there for the last 4 years. They're not going to ask for any leases. They're not going to do anything like that. They're literally just going to call the person who you put as your landlord. They're going to verify that you live there every month. And then every single month after that, they're just going to send them a text where they either reply yes or no. If you paid your rent on time for that month, they go ahead and apply yes. And then that month is going to get reported to the credit bureaus as positive payment history. And again, you can backdate this 4 years. So that's a 4 year trade line you can automatically backdate. So that's going to boost your credit a lot right there, especially if you're a newcomer. Right. So after that, the next one I would be going for is Chase. Right. Chase, they have the 5 and 24 month rule. So there are no more than 5 credit cards in 24 months, right? So definitely get in with Chase before you hit that 5 credit card mark. So I would just go ahead and get one of these Chase cards. Really anyone will do. They all have no annual fee. For me, I'm going for Chase Sapphire Preferred. That's a good card, but also the Freedom Unlimited is good and the Freedom Flex as well. So it's really just your preference, on which one you want better. Me, I'm going for the Chase Sapphire. It is a $95,000 fee, but you do get $60,000 bonus points, right? And that's going to equal about $600 in travel. So, it weighs off. Um, so yeah, next I would go Amex, right? Amex is good too because once you get an Amex personal card, every single card, regardless of if it's business or not, is going to be a soft pull, right? So you need to get Amex on there as soon as possible. They're probably going to start you out with a super low limit, but don't worry, after 90 days, you're just going to go ahead and request a credit limit increase of 3 times your credit limit. So if you have a credit limit of $2,000 that they give you, 90 days after you receive that card, you're going to put in a credit limit increase for $6,000. Okay. And then 9 times out of 10, they're usually pretty good at upping those limits. American Express is a very good institution for doing that. They're not very they're not very stingy when it comes to their limits. They're just relationship based. So they usually start you off at a low limit, right? Like I've had people say they've got $20,000 credit cards on their report. They literally apply for Amex and they get a $2,000 credit card. So if you get a low limit, it has nothing to do with you. That's just Amex. They're just very relationship based. But once they see that you're continuously paying that card off and you're using it responsibly, they have no issues with upping your credit limits. Next, I would recommend is PenFed, right? PenFed Credit Union. Anybody can get in this credit union. All you need to do is deposit $5 within a savings account. And let's go to their credit cards. Let me put this here. So, yep, here we go. So yeah, they got multiple credit cards here. Again, it's really just what you prefer. Me, I'm gonna go for the Gold Visa because it's 0% interest for 15 months. So that's what I would go for personally, but you guys are more than welcome to go for any of these cards. Like this one has $50,000, 50,000 bonus points when you spend 3,000, just $3,000 for $50,000 bonus points. That's crazy. That's super freaking good. Um, yeah, 2% cash back, 1.5% cash back, no annual fee, no annual fee. Looks like this one has an annual fee. It's not saying no annual fee there, but no annual fee. Yeah, so most of these have no annual fee as well. If you're a no annual fee person, so I would definitely recommend getting one with no annual fee. So next we have Truist Bank, right? I would recommend going with Truist. They are a very good bank. And if you have a relationship with them on the personal side, when it comes to getting business products, you already have that relationship built. So if you want to go ahead and open up a business checking, a business savings account, you're more than welcome to do that with them. But you genuinely really don't have to because you already have the personal relationship built. right? So as long as you have some type of relationship, it doesn't matter if you have a personal relationship with them. I wouldn't even build a business. I wouldn't even open up a business checking or whatever with them, unless you really like the bank or whatever. But like I would use that to go to another bank that you have no relationship with, right? Like you don't want to keep on building with the banks that you're already good with. So by having this Truist personal account, you're good to go. They're a very good bank. We see they have 0% interest for 12 months on this card. They have a $20,000 bonus miles when you spend 1,500, right? That's $200 for 1,500. $200 free travel, 0% interest for 15 months on this card right here. We have 30,000 points when you spend 1,500 on this card, 3 times points on every dollar spent on airfare, hotels, and car rentals. That's super good. Yeah, this one this is a secured card, so you're not gonna really want that. I'm not sure how Truist is about upping their secured cards. They seem like a pretty good bank, but they'd probably wait like a year. I'd say you'd probably wait a year to get that Truist Bank secured card upgraded to an unsecured card. So I wouldn't worry about that. And then next is NIH Federal Credit Union. This is a good credit union as well. They got credit limits, as we can see here, up to $25,000. Right. They have their Visa Platinum card, which is 3% interest for the first 12 months on balance transfers. We have, yep, another 3% interest on first month on balance transfers as well for their Visa Signature Cash Rewards card. Travel Rewards, great low APR, currently 18%. Spend 1,590 days after open, get 20,000 bonus points. Enjoy more Visa perks such as Visa Concierge and travel and emergency assistance, no foreign transaction fees, and another secure card. Wow, they got a secure card up to 25,000. Wow. That's interesting. Never seen that before. But yeah, so this is exactly how you would build out like a credit report from scratch, right? Like obviously these you're gonna have to wait these out, right? Like you're first gonna get this Navy card, and then the DCUs, and then the self, the AVA, the rent reporters, right? And then you're gonna have to wait for those accounts to hit for a little bit. And then once those accounts age for a little bit, that's when you're gonna want to go for this Chase, this Amex, PenFed, you know, Truist or NIHCU, at least pick, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. So out of these five right here, Chase, Amex, PenFed, Truist, and NIH, I would pick at least 3 of those 5 credit cards that you can get. And, guys, to be honest, after you guys get these, these are pretty reputable institutions. I mean, we have some tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 banks here, all within your credit report. These are some pretty solid, this is a pretty solid report. Guys, I really don't think you're going to need much after this, especially all these cards allow you to soft pull for credit limit increases, right? So that's the main thing that we want. We're looking for that soft pull because we're looking to get those high limits, right? We know Navy is going to give you super high limits over time. We know DCU is going to give you high limits over time. We know Chase is, Amex is, PenFed, Truist, and NIH. So these are all very reputable institutions to go and build a relationship with. You really won't need anything much after this. Like you have a solid mix. Like if you were to get all these, you'd have 1 account, 2 accounts, 4 accounts, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is 12 accounts, right? In a solid mix of installment and revolving because you're going to want that solid mix, right? Which is why we added that pledge loan, that DCU credit builder loan, and that self loan as well. So that's 3 installment loans. That's really all you need. You don't need much more than that. So this is exactly how I would build out my own personal credit report from scratch in order to become a fundable credit report, right? So this is probably going to take you about a year to build out, guys, right? Like credit it's not just going to be overnight. But let me tell you something, if you were to build this out in a year, you're going to have, man, I'm actually jealous. I didn't build mine out exactly the way I'm showing y'all right here. I just didn't have the proper knowledge when I started my credit. But now I can give this knowledge to you guys, right? You guys can go ahead and take this information and build out this fundable credit report. But this is really it, y'all. This is how I would build out, my personal report. Go ahead and leave any comments. Let me know anything you guys want me to drop in the future, and I would definitely be on the lookout for that. I'll see y'all in the next one.